All right, so if you're an aspiring pilot, you know the instrument rating is a huge deal. But let's be honest, one of the toughest hurdles on that journey is the navigation exam. So today, we're going to break down exactly what's on that test, and more importantly, how you can prepare to absolutely nail it.
You know, this quote right here, it really gets to the heart of it, doesn't it? That whole idea of punching through the clouds, just you and the instruments, it's what gets so many of us hooked on flying. But to earn that incredible feeling, you first got to face a pretty big challenge on the ground.
And what's that challenge? Well, it's the instrument rating written test. This thing is no joke. It's designed to make absolutely sure you've got the deep down knowledge you need to fly safely under instrument flight rules. But before we get into the nitty-gritty of the nav section, let's just do a quick recap of what an instrument rating even is.
And let's be super clear here. This isn't some optional add-on. If you want the freedom to fly when the weather isn't perfect, you need this rating. It's what gives you that true all-weather capability and really makes you a more competent, more versatile pilot. Okay, the whole IR test has a few different pieces, but today we're zeroing in on a really big one, the navigation and radio navigation exam. And a massive chunk of that is something called performance-based navigation, or PBN. This is all about using today's amazing avionics to fly super precise paths, and it's where they really test your technical chops.
So here's the breakdown of what you're up against. You've got 45 multiple choice questions and only 90 minutes to do them. Yep, that's just 2 minutes a question. And with a passing score of 72%, well, let's just say there isn't a lot of wiggle room. You got to be fast, and you got to be right.
And wow, the amount of stuff they cover is pretty huge. I mean, you've got to know the basics of radio wave theory, the classic radio aids, and all the modern stuff like global navigation satellite systems, or GNSS, and those really complex PBN procedures. Yeah, it's a lot.
Okay, talking about the theory is one thing, but let's actually see what these questions feel like. Let's do a little test drive. I've got 3 real questions pulled straight from the exam. Let's see how you do.
All right, first one up, this is about GNSS. It's asking about RAIM, Receiver Autonomous Integrity Monitoring. It's basically your GPS checking itself for errors. Now, the question asks for both fault detection and fault exclusion. That last word, exclusion, is the absolute key here. So what do you think?
Okay, the correct answer here is C, 6 satellites. And hey, if you were thinking B, 5 satellites, you were super close. That's what you need for RAM with just fault detection. But that keyword exclusion means you need one more. Let's break down why. It's such a tiny detail, but it's a huge deal. See, with 5 satellites, your system can tell you, hey, something's fishy here, but it can't tell you which satellite is the problem. That 6th satellite is the tiebreaker. It lets the system figure out exactly which signal is bad and then just kicks it out of the equation. And that's the level of detail this exam is going to test you on.
All right, next question. This one's all about PVN, and this is pure terminology. What's the official name for those nice, smooth, curved paths that modern systems fly? The ones defined by a fix, a radius, and an arc length.
The answer is C, a fixed radius path. This is one of those terms you gotta have it memorized. No two ways about it.
Yeah, pretty straightforward, right? But in the PBN world, knowing the lingo is just as critical as actually flying the procedure correctly. You have to know this stuff. Okay, one more. Okay, let's switch gears and go old school, the VOR. What is that to/from indicator actually telling you? I see students get tripped up on this all the time, so read these options really carefully. It's not just about which way the airplane is pointed. And
the correct answer is B. This is such a great question because it doesn't just test if you memorize something, it tests if you really understand how the instrument works. So here's the big takeaway. That TO/from flag, it has nothing to do with your heading. It's all about the course you dialed in with the OBS. Will that track take you to or from the station? It's a super important distinction, and you can bet the exam is going to hit you with it.
So after just those 3 questions, you can probably see the level of detail we're talking about here. It makes it pretty clear that you can't just study hard, you have to study smart. So let's talk about a tool that can really help with that.
The real secret to passing an exam like this is just practice. You need to see so many questions that on test day, nothing can surprise you. And a fantastic tool for that, which the source material for this explainer points to, is Easy-Quizzz.com. It's an exam simulator built from the ground up just for pilots.
And their question bank is, well, it's huge. Just for this one navigation exam, we're talking over 800 practice questions. With that much practice, you can walk into the test feeling confident that you've seen every single trick they could possibly throw at you. And the whole thing is super flexible. You can hop on their web simulator on your computer to get that real exam feel, or you can use their mobile app to sneak in some studying whenever you have a spare minute. And get this, the app even works offline, so you can turn any downtime into study time, no matter where you are.
But it's not just about the number of questions. It's the features that really help you learn. They have a learning mode that gives you instant feedback and explanations, kind of like we just did. So you're learning as you practice. Then there's exam mode, which puts you under the clock, just like the real deal. And you can even customize quizzes to hammer away at your weak spots. Plus, every single answer comes with a detailed explanation.
Look, at the end of the day, passing this exam isn't just about ticking a box or getting another piece of paper. It's about proving to yourself that you know your stuff, building real confidence in the cockpit, and taking a huge step forward in your career. It's about making those flying dreams a reality.
So the question is, are you ready to grab your prep by the horns and take that next big step? Are you ready to really own this material so you can earn that amazing privilege of flying confidently through the clouds?
If you're nodding your head right now, then your next move is pretty simple. Head on over to Easy-Quizzz.com and take a look at their exam simulator. It just might be the perfect co-pilot to help you absolutely nail this exam. All right, blue skies and fly safe.